Hello again everyone and welcome to the next part of the All About Symbian Video Diary Challenge, where I've been given $250 to go around America with a smartphone, in this case the Nokia 5230, that I've had to purchase, alongside the SIM card, the data plan and all the peripherals and third-party applications. Still have change and make sure there are no outstanding contracts, debts or liabilities at the end of the 2-week period when I fly back home to Scotland. Right, today we're still in Austin at South by Southwest. I'm about to head into the conference centre. We're something like 15,000 delegates here at the Interactive Festival, along with another 14,000 for music and 12,000 for film. Lots of people there, and somewhere in all of that is my next challenge. Thanks, Stig. So here we have it, the third challenge. Right then, let's see what we have. Right then, your third challenge will be the most difficult of the trip. I recognise the handwriting from Steve. You are to take the camera on the Nokia 5230 and deliver some stunning and sexy shots of Austin. That's it, right. Okay, so those of you who are long-time fans of All About Symbian will realise that my picture-taking skills are legendary. And by that, I mean they are rumoured to exist, but nobody's actually seen them in action. So, I'm going to be left with, what have I got? I've got a 2-megapixel lens. It's a plastic lens, it's fixed focus. I have no idea from the case of what the actual specs of the camera are, and there's nothing underneath it either. It's just a silver backing plate. But you know, 2 megapixels should still be doable. So what I think I need here is I need a little bit of help and advice from somebody who understands camera and the art of picture taking just a little bit better than I do. I need to go to somebody that knows social media. I need to know somebody that has made money from pictures and is willing to talk to me. Fulfilling 2 of those 3 obligations, I will leave the third one up as a challenge to you out there as the viewers. Brian Sillis. Hello, Brian.
Hello, hello.
Firstly, thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Let's see what we can do.
Now, normally you're carrying around the big Canon EOSs and the 50Ds and everything. This is a bit of a downstep, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if it's a downstep. It's just different. Right, because, I can't remember because I'm on the spot. The name of the photographer who just released a book. The best camera is the camera you have with you. And so props to you, and I forgot your name, sorry. But this is the camera you have with you. And so it's your job to capture the best pictures you can with it. Because what the camera is meant to do, and especially with social media, is to share the experience and share the experience broadly. Where people are looking for information, looking for images, to kind of tap into the vision that you had, the experience that you had while you were there. Okay. So you have a Nokia.
Some settings, not a lot.
Not a lot of settings. You know what, before we even get into settings, let me tell you this. The most important thing is the framing. Okay, so it's very easy to take a picture with any type of camera, right? But what's really important is that you remember what this sees has to be better than what you see. And by that I mean, just because you can take a picture doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best way it can be shot. You have to find something that's going to be unique, because you're going to have to be able to connect with someone who's not there. And they're going to have to feel and live through you what you captured. So the camera captures the soul of what you're looking at. And so for here, we're going to try to look at some of these settings here to make that better. I always suggest that you take a couple of pictures, experiment with your settings, because settings are always different, right? So you're outside, you're inside, you're in broad daylight, you're in gray setting, overcast settings, and you have to make sure that you're testing each one of these things. So white balance is very important, and usually you have an automatic function, but you get things like sunny, cloudy, incandescent, fluorescent settings. I would highly suggest that you play with those. Automatic, honestly, every camera is not good in its automatic setting. Lighting is a very difficult thing to capture, but when you do experiment with these, you'll notice an incredible difference. Now, I also look at exposure. Again, you can experiment with the plus or minus of this. Light sensitivity is important. And where is my ISO? Here we go. So ISO, again, that's light sensitivity. Automatic settings are great, but I also highly recommend going up and down with low, medium, and high just to make sure that those images are coming out great. Because your job isn't to just take the picture, your job is to share an experience.
So which of those settings would you go for first? Obviously social media moves quite fast. I mean, would you say, what order should I go with the settings if it's just like I have to catch a moment really quickly? Is there an ABC?
Automatic, but look, you know that you're going to be in a certain place for a particular amount of time, and your job is to prepare for whatever might happen. So my camera, for example, is always set to my environment, and it will stay that way until I change my environment. I will take a couple of pictures just in case I have to do something fast, and that happens all the time. So here I would change the settings. When I go outside, I'll change the settings again, and I'll take a couple sample pictures to make sure that they're good.
So let's just go very quickly. Let's set the settings up in here.
All right, let's set the settings up in here. So
we've got quite a bit of ambient light in here, and we've got a dark sort of space over there where their action is.
Well, see, the nice thing about the Nokia here is that you can see here as your, let's see, what do we want to take a picture of this, right? So we could see how the settings change to see, without having to take the picture, whether or not we're going to be in something that's nice. So let's try sunny. Let's try white balance. And I mean and the challenge about this is because we have some brightness coming in behind this glass, and you're seeing that it's putting some contrast here in the foreground so that we can capture the detail of the television. I think we're okay on that one, but I would then shoot the picture. And there you go.
There we go. Brian, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And now, let's see how I get on.
So there we go. Thank you very much, Brian Solis, for his advice. His book, Engage, is out on Amazon. We'll have a link in the website as well. Right now, do you want to see what I've made of the pictures? There we go, challenge over. The pictures, of course, are all available to see in full on the website, allaboutsymbian.com. And that's the 3 challenges. I'll be doing a recap video as well before I fly back from the US. So if you have any questions or anything you want to ask me about the experience, then do leave them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them in the recap show. But for now, thank you very much for listening. I'm Ewan Spence. Goodbye.